Hey guys, Thogden here, welcome back to the new video. Now today, we've looked at the top 25 countries in Europe done by the FIFA rankings, and we've picked one player from every single country as their best.
Exactly, we're going on a European tour here, and it starts in the Czech Republic at number 25.
Yeah?
And all I can say about this is, crazy hair, crazy guy. Alex Crowell, 21 years old. He plays for Spartak Moscow. He's a defensive midfielder. He's the sort of player that you just want in your team.
I've gone Yuri Pavlenka. He's the goalkeeper from Wolfsburg. He's been a solid Bundesliga goalkeeper for the last couple of years. But they all seem to turn up against England when we lost to them in the Euro qualifiers. Thogden, what's the like target for this video?
The like target today, 4,000.
Ooh, it's a biggie. It's a biggie from Thogden.
But you can do it.
What happens when you say something?
Apparently, you do it.
Apparently. Let's move on to Iceland as the next country. 24th place in the FIFA rankings. Very easy, Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Yes. 22 goals in 74 appearances.
Everton, Swansea, Tottenham. He's done it in the Prem and he knows how to find the back of the net. And here's one we like.
Yeah.
Russia. If you didn't know, I'm half Russian. My mum's from Russia. He obviously loves Zenit. The Zenit striker is the best player for me in Russia. Artem Zhuba. There he is. Do you agree?
Я думаю, что лучший футболист в России тоже.
He loves it.
Zhuba. Let's have a Thogdad fact about Zhuba. But if you add up all the transfer fees that have ever been paid for him, it comes to 0.
Wow.
But he's actually scored 24 goals in 41 caps for Russia.
Brilliant. Ireland are next. For Ireland, two names shone out for me. It was Shane Duffy or Matt Doherty, and Wolves have been good recently. Matt Doherty is their right wing back. He's been class. He's the best player in Ireland for me right now. What are you going for?
All I can say is I agree with Thogden.
Let's move on to Northern Ireland. I think this is a very easy answer. Obviously, it has to be the Bolton legend, Josh McGuinness.
Hey, Josh McGuinness.
No, I'm joking. No, for me, it's Johnny Evans. He's been solid for Northern Ireland. They're smashing it in the Premier League next to Soyuncu. What a great centre-back partnership that is. What are you going for?
I've gone for a 21-year-old called Jamal Lewis from that famous Northern Irish city of Luton.
Serbia are next, and I found this difficult. I realised how many really good players they've got in this team. They've got Tadic, who obviously did very well into the semi-finals of the Champions League. Milinkovic-Savic, who's the top baller for Lazio. They've got the big man up top, Mitrovic, who scored every 67 minutes for Serbia. I think it's going to have to be Tadic.
Yes.
What are you going for?
I've gone for Milinkovic-Savic,
okay.
a 24-year-old from Lazio. I think this season he's got a reasonable haul, 3 goals, 5 assists.
Let's move on to Turkey.
Oh, it's so easy this one, isn't it? But you go first.
Soyuncu.
Soyuncu, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now we were just speaking about Leicester City centre-back partnership, and there you go. Both of them are the best players for their country. So Turkey's been smashing it. They barely concede, and my mate Jem tells me it's because of him and Demiral at the back. And Leicester City still in the title run. Who knows?
Absolutely. It takes a big head to replace Harry Maguire, doesn't it?
Clever. Let's move on to Slovakia.
Yeah.
I've gone with a centre-back Skriniar. He plays for Inter Milan, and I can just remember his game last year in the Champions League when they played Barcelona. They drew 1-1, but I think he had a stunning game. He pocketed Suarez and Messi.
I agree with you.
Okay.
This is a chap with a market value of around 54 million. When I think about Slovakia, I feel like taking a trip down Thogdad memory lane. And this is a short trip back to 2010, and I was living, and Thogden was living in Manchester at the time, and one day I'm at my window and I see Vladimir Weiss parking outside, and he goes into my neighbour Anthony's house. So I go over to Thogden, I don't tell him anything, we cross the road, we go in, and straight away Thogden sees Vladimir Weiss, goes straight up to him, he's like, "You're Vladimir Weiss!" And then he sits down, gets an autograph, has a chat. A week later there's a knock at our door. It's Vladimir Weiss. He's got a signed Bolton shirt for Theo.
That's amazing. Romania. I ended up going with Razvan Marin, with a market value of 12.8 million, which is the biggest in their team, a lot of potential, and he's an Ajax player.
A central midfielder with 20 caps, I agree with Thogden.
Austria are next, and this has to be the most obvious one in the video.
Yeah.
Their best player is David Alaba, the Bayern Munich left back.
Yes.
He's the most expensive, he's a top baller, and he's still doing amazing for Bayern Munich.
Absolutely, he's a left back, but he still scored 14 goals for his country.
Yeah.
And all I can say is his trophy cabinet would not fit in this apartment. Absolutely obvious choice.
And maybe this is even more obvious, Wales.
Should we just move on? We don't have to say it, do we?
Yeah, we're going to move on.
Yeah. No, 79 games, 32 goals, the incredible
David Brooks.
Gareth Bale, come on.
Yeah.
He's still a legend. He's what, 30 years old now. He's been at Real Madrid for 6 years.
Come back to the Prem. Or maybe Bolton. Up the boys. Ukraine.
Yeah.
Easy one for me, Zinchenko.
Yes.
Yeah, you went for the same?
I did, and what a bargain this left-back was from Ufa.
Poland are next, and bloody hell, we talk about easy choices here.
Yeah.
It just has to be Piszczek for Dortmund. No, I'm kidding. Lewandowski for Bayern.
Yeah.
It's a very easy option. He's banging them in. Have you seen his record this season, Dad?
18 games, 23 goals. That is amazing. Yeah.
Oh my God. More than a goal per game in one of the best leagues in the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
Next one, 12th place in the FIFA rankings, Sweden. The player I've gone for is a team that we went to see in the Bundesliga, and he had a decent game. Emil Forsberg, the attacking midfielder for RB Leipzig, a Swedish lad.
He scored 8 goals, I think, for his country in 49 appearances. We're agreeing all the time.
We are.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Germany. Now, obviously, they've got a lot of players. Germany as a country haven't been playing that well. They had a shock at the 2018 Russian World Cup. Yeah. They do have some ballers, and one of the tip-top ballers they have is Leroy Sané, the winger, who's got a 90 million transfer market value for Man City, but he doesn't even get in the Man City team. Yeah. But he's still the best player in Germany.
Yes, I think Leroy Sané could become one of the best players in the world over the next 4 or 5 years.
Maybe a move to Bayern Munich could be the one. Very close second would be Toni Kroos. I mean, they've got Ter Stegen as well.
Yeah. Never write Germany off, and I know this from bitter experience.
Yes, exactly. Emil Heskey scored the 5th against the Germans. Anyway.
Italy. I'm going for Marco Verratti.
Are you?
27-year-old PSG central midfielder. You've gone for him as well.
I have, and with a very close second, Chiellini. He's also very, very good. But I did go for Verratti in the end because he seems to be that midfielder who just links everything for a team.
Yeah, and what I like about Verratti, he's been at PSG for 7 years. He's one of these rare, loyal players.
Let's move on to a nation that ranked higher than Italy, Denmark. Who'd have thought? And their best player, Eriksen. Now, he may not be doing so well for Tottenham at the moment, and he's always been linked with a move to Real Madrid.
Yes.
He is certainly a top baller and still the best at Denmark, of course.
31 goals in 95 internationals.
Brilliant.
We went to
How many assists?
Oh, loads.
And we're on to Switzerland next. And I think we've got to give to the centre-back some respect. So my choice is Dortmund's Manuel Akanji.
Oh, he's did it again.
We're choosing the same players all the time.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because they're performing for club and country. He is someone who's still very young. For sure, he could become one of the best centre-backs in the world. He's got loads of potential. In the meantime, we're going to talk about another lovely, top-notch centre-back as we move on to the Netherlands. The best in the world, especially at centre-back for sure. Van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk, Champions League winner.
He's 28 years old. He's only played 32 times for the Netherlands. Wow. The best in the world right now. It's a great success story.
Let's move on to the top 6 of the FIFA ranking, starting with 6th. And that is Spain. Another one that didn't do too well in the 2018 FIFA Russian World Cup. He loves a red card, but no one can argue he's a really good centre-back, so I've gone with Sergio. Do you agree?
I've gone with Saul Niguez, and I had to do a lot of research here. He's a chap who's been at Atletico Madrid for 5 years. He's a central midfielder. His market value is estimated at 81 million. The Spain team these days, I had to research it. I know you play your FIFA. You know, it's good that we're not agreeing.
Exactly. And let's move on to Croatia, some big names. You've got Mandzukic. You've got, of course, Rakitic, Modric. For me, I've gone with Modric. He is still a really top-class central midfielder for Real Madrid, and he was one of the main reasons they knocked us out in the semi-finals of the Russia World Cup, because I honestly felt like Modric was a level above our central midfielders. But you have to agree with me on this, no?
Marcelo Brozovic, a defensive midfielder.
Fuck that, what's going on with you?
Who has played, I think, 51 times for his country. He's got 6 goals. You know, Croatia for me, I wouldn't go with those old names, Rakitic, Modric, Mandzukic.
But they're still doing amazing.
They're still very good players, but I wanted to look slightly to the next level.
Yeah.
Slightly.
What do you mean the next level? The top level is Modric, Rakitic and these boys.
Yeah.
Thogden. But let's move on to Portugal. Let's see who's gone for the new and up and coming on this one. It has to be Cristiano Ronaldo, surely.
Well, do you know what? I thought I need to be different here. So I've done some research. And and there's a guy who comes from a little island, and he comes from a little town called Funchal, and I have to look. I've written down his name. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. I've never heard of him. To the guy who's played 164 caps and scored how many goals, Theo? 99.
What?
99 goals.
In how many caps?
164.
Brilliant record.
This guy's broken every record. We don't need to talk about him because you all know him. I think I might have said this before, but I was at Old Trafford when Cristiano made his United debut. I think it was age 17 against Bolton Wanderers.
Bolton Wanderers, that's why you were there.
Who else had a debut that day?
Nicky Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh. Nicky Hunt should play up front. Oh, Nicky Hunt should play up front.
We stop there.
Yeah. The rest of the song, I cannot sing.
It's a bit
anyway,
X-rated, yeah.
let's move on to the home country.
Yeah.
Our beloved, God save the Queen, England.
He's 26 years old. He's scored, 32 times for England. He's captain, he's leader, he's legend. He's a wonderful man. He's an incredible striker. Best in the world.
What?
Harry Kane.
Of course we have to go with Harry Kane. Yeah. A lot of people will say Raz over Harry, but Harry Kane is the captainly legend and he seems to score. He scored 12 goals in 8 and at least 1 goal a game in every single Euro qualifiers match.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
He's just going to keep breaking records.
Yeah. And let's move on to the top 2 now in the FIFA rankings.
Yeah.
Now this was a surprise to me. I thought France would be top, but they're second, even after winning the World Cup. So he's been gassed up by pretty much everyone in the world. He's fast and he's a top baller. It's Kylian Mbappe. Do you agree though?
I do.
Of course he does.
This season, the man is scoring a goal every 76 minutes.
That's impressive.
But more importantly, whenever I watch him, my goodness, it's exciting to watch this guy. There are some players out there, Paul Pogba, who are hyped up. Mbappe is the real deal.
Let's move on to top of the FIFA rankings. This was a shock to me.
Yeah.
Belgium. But there's one player, and he is the best.
He is, Romelu Lukaku. Let's explain... Sorry, you've gone for someone else.
See you later.
Are we disagreeing?
I'm going. No, I'm going. Yeah. It has to be Eden Hazard, doesn't it?
It has to be Eden Hazard.
Of course it does.
We've seen him so many times for Chelsea. Possibly the best player I've ever seen in the flesh. Unplayable. When he gets the ball at his feet and he's on a run.
He got a bit fat when he got his Real Madrid move, but he seems back on it. He's a top baller. He gets goals, he gets assists, he knows how to find the back of the net and he creates. He's your perfect winger. Thogden, what's the like target for this video?
The like target today, 4,000.
Ooh, it's a biggie. It's a biggie. But that is it. Thank you very much for watching this video from me and Thogdad. Go follow our Instagrams, Thogden and Thogdad. We'll be following people back. You love to see it, but honestly, have a great Tuesday evening. Up the boys, see you all later. And yeah, don't have much else to say. Up Poland, up England. We're both coming home this summer. See you later, guys. Bye.